We're starting to get a feel for this already. It seems like a pretty intuitive track to drive. It's not super easy, but it's not super complex either.
Hi guys, Jimmy Fluke here from Apex Racing Team. iRacing's 2023 Season 1 build is out, and with it comes a new Grand Prix circuit, Magny-Cours. I'm going to give it a go now and see if it's worth buying on iRacing.
Okay, so we're in Sim now, and we're going to take our first look at Magny-Cours in my trusty Porsche 992 Cup car. So pit lane's nice and wide on the way out, and then tightens up actually quite a bit down here just as we're coming out of pit lane. Roll through nice and slow. A lot of runoff here coming out of turn 3. And then the track really tightens up on the way out here, with track limits there being the red and white curb. Coming up now to the Adelaide hairpin, this will be the scene of, I'm sure, many an incident. Hard on the brakes. Very, very tight, pinches in, and it's quite tight on exit here as well. So I am going to expect some incidents and carnage here across many series. Just back it down here into the chicane here. Big sausage curve on the inside. It'll be interesting to see whether that's something that we take, and then immediately into the 180 hairpin here. Very, very, very long hairpin. Trilling all the way in, and then straighten the car out and try and avoid the gravel on the right hand side. The track looks very, very nice, I must say. iRacing have done a very, very good job on it. To the second of the chicanes in the middle of the lap here. Plenty of runoff on the inside of the corners, so track limits are going to be a potential concern before we get into Chateau d'Eau here. Very tight, awkward first/second gear corner, and then into the difficult last sector. So again, just get the car straightened up on the brakes, downhill braking. The car will probably want to understeer quite a bit through here, and then the awkward final chicane. Very, very steep curving, very steep. So not every car will be able to manage that particularly well. Turn 1 and 2 in a car like this, we will require some brake input, but in an F1 car, I believe this is absolutely pinned. And then Estoril. Turn 3 here. Long sweeping corner. So we'll slowly build up the speed here and see what we can do around here. I haven't done too many laps around here, so if I get this slightly wrong, I'm not going to be too worried about it. First gear, yeah, it's very, very slow, 50 kph on the apex there, which is pretty slow. And we're coming from basically top speed there, so yeah, that's your primary taking opportunity. Deep curve. Interesting there that we've got a slowdown penalty without picking up an off track, so that might be something for the iRacing devs to look at. I'll just clear the slowdown there. And we'll motor on. Track has a really nice flow to it. I quite like the circuit in terms of its layout, but my worry is it'll be difficult to stay really tight to the cars ahead through a lot of the long sweeping corners, then leaning into tight corners. So into Chateau d'Eau there, you've got the fast chicane to worry about beforehand. Potential send opportunity down into here, but there's not an awful lot of room on exit, so cars will probably end up being pushed wide here, and then how do you go too wide through here? I'm not entirely sure. Track limit, so we can run all the way out to here. So as long as you've got a tyre on the green and white curbing there, then you should be fine. Braking right on the curb there and trail it in. Okay, we can probably brake a little bit deeper than that. Get the front end tucked back in. And then just the red and white curb there on exit as a track limit. So track limits seem okay so far, just need to probably clarify I believe it's the Nürburgring chicane there, turn 6 and 7. Hard onto the brakes. Using the marking there on the track on the left hand side as a reference and as a guide, and that seems to work okay. So we're starting to get a feel for this already. It seems like a pretty intuitive track to drive. It's not super easy, but it's not super complex either. And as we get onto the outside curve coming into the 180 here, I will say, having done a few laps on stream on the day of the build being released, I found that if you went slightly wide through there, you had a lot of difficulty sort of bringing the car back towards the apex again. There's not a ton of grip offline, and whether that's a difficulty in terms of racing side by side, that remains to be seen. But I enjoy the track. This seems quite good fun. The big question is, will it be popular once we get into the main season and with official races kicking off? Chicane is quite the challenge. Let's see if we can do a 139. Because a lot of the modern tracks that have been released on iRacing that are of F1 spec and standard, that's wide, and we're really struggling to bring the nose back in here. Sorry, to get back to my point. Some of the more modern tracks have struggled a little bit in terms of participation. The old popular tracks, your likes of Spa and Watkins Glen, for example, do remain popular. Much better through there. So if the racing here is a little bit processional, it may hurt its popularity. The last track that's entered the road racing fray that has been very popular is Hockenheim, and that's because it's got a massive opportunity mainly to generate overtakes into the hairpin and then coming out of it as well. So whether we've got enough room to do that into the Adelaide hairpin remains to be seen. Can we take one curve there? Yeah, we can. So the Porsche Cup can take those sausage curves not too bad, actually. First gear. Magny-Cours, yeah. Get some rotation, that's good. We're dangerously close to the 139, we'll see if we can manage it here. Yeah, understeer is difficult through there to manage, and then you're immediately into the final chicane. Not quite. Not quite managing it. We'll try one more. A little bit wide. We just ran slightly wide there. So that's going to be a very difficult corner to get right, and that in itself might generate opportunities coming into the hairpin here. Okay, that's a little bit on the deep side. Get straightened up. Try and get the car off the corner. Oh, okay, that's too much inside curve. And we hit the wall there. So there is a limit to how much curve you can take on the inside there.
So to wrap up with my first impressions of Magny-Cours, I'm a big fan of it. It's a track that flows quite nicely, has a good mix of high speed and low speed corners. There's a clear overtaking opportunity into the Adelaide hairpin. My one concern mainly with the track, outside of obviously the little bugs in terms of track limits, is sort of the raceability of the track. For cars that are a little bit quicker than the Porsche Cups, like GT3, LMP2 and so on, cars of that kind of speed, are they going to suffer too much through the high-speed corners so we can't stay tight enough to actually make a move into the Adelaide hairpin? That remains to be seen. And if it is a struggle, then the community probably isn't going to take too kindly to that and probably not race the circuit if it doesn't race particularly well. So in time, we'll learn a little bit more about that. But for now, I'm a big fan of the track, and it gets a solid thumbs up from me. Speaking of things that get a thumbs up from me as well, don't forget to take a look at the Apex Racing Academy. With a silver membership, you can have access to over 30 cars in time for the new season. In your subscription, we'll provide you with qualifying and race setups, OLAP and BLAP files as well, so you can directly compare against us coaches in both your Delta and with a Ghost car. We also have weekly group coaching sessions for GT3, GT4, TCR and Porsche Cup. Plus coaches are on hand all week long in Discord to answer any questions about setup, driving style or anything else iRacing related. Grab that referral below now to join the community. That's it from me. Thanks for watching, and please do subscribe to the iRacing Team channel on YouTube so you don't miss the other videos that are coming out later on this week.